does sound good. We are at the river farm, heading into the head of the slough. It's always an exciting spot to sit this time of year. I mean, you're basically at the neck of the big peninsula. You can see the river, ideally, in both directions, so everything coming in and out of there, you can see lots of cruising. Got the wind we need, a south-southwest blowing back up the slough. Hopefully, it's kind of a heavy morning with fog, so our scent's going to sit there till the sun pops up, but there's essentially no wind, which I think is pretty good. It's quiet. You know, the real feel's in the upper 20s, so it feels pretty awesome, and looking forward to getting in there. We are all tucked in, got in clean. Visibility is better than I thought it would be. Can see very well. There's a lot of ground level cover in here, but we're just low enough to kind of see under all the foliage. It's chilly, upper 20s. It feels good. It's not as foggy as they were predicting. Our wind's blowing back up the slough right here. There's essentially no wind. November 2nd, pressure's on the rise. Looks like we're gonna have some sun today. I am very excited to be right here. It's a cool spot. I've actually never killed a deer out of this stand, but I've had some great hunts. Could just barely see the bend in the river each way, which gives us a pretty big advantage if we see something slipping there to call. And Lane, we saw him yesterday in the pinch coming back in here, so hopefully we can cross paths with him this morning. We're gonna get quiet, see how things unfold. It's a little after 9 o'clock, and we have had steady movement. I think we're up to 9 bucks so far. The most mature one is that buck we call Boar. He's got the broken G2 and the big hole in his neck from fighting. We had him under us in the pinch about a week ago. We actually saw him yesterday after we got down and went work with cameras. We're about a mile north of here, and he was just 1 o'clock in the afternoon running through a field and just covering some ground. Also saw that tall 8. A couple other bucks we hadn't filmed yet, big half rack, another real pretty 3-year-old 8. So they're moving, they're all just cruising. Haven't seen any of the shooters yet. The winds were really light and variable this morning. They were actually drifting to the east, which is not good. But now it seems to have straightened out and the thermals are rising. So I am going to do a little bit of calling and let's see if we can't stir things up. It's about 11:30. We've been sitting here about 5.5 hours, and it's been pretty slow since my last update. We saw one young buck, 1 or 2-year-old 7-point, go out to the wetland. I think it's the same one that walked by us this morning, and then we had the 3 fawns that had bedded 100 yards away. They got up out of the bed and came by us again, but really not much cruising the last few hours. And so we are gonna make a switch. I want to move out to one of the food plots. I think we're going to end up hunting the north plot, but I'm kind of debating sitting closer to the pinch, maybe in the Kelsey blind over those greens. We've been seeing deer there every night, or potentially even getting in the pinch, but I think I'd like to move out farther north and just get a better view of the whole wetland, see if we can't lay eyes on a shooter. But anyway, we'll see you guys at the next setup. We can probably sit in that one.
Actually, that's pretty good cover right there.
Yeah, old triple trunk as they call it. Well, we're all tucked in. Winds picked up quite a bit since this morning. It's about 20 miles per hour, and it's going to die down to around 12 or 13 right before dark. It's a great setup. This is one of the better looking food plots. Considering the drought we had this year, this popped up pretty good. And also, if you guys remember, the farm flooded, and so it flooded kind of late into June. And this always takes on water, this food plot. It's kind of a low spot, so we couldn't plant it till late. But that's one of the reasons it does well, is because it's low and it holds moisture. But it's a neat spot because you can see so much ground. I mean, I can see 2 of the bean plots. We can see all the way to the river, the whole park area. So that allows us to call if we need to. And we can see that cruising activity up and down the river. So I'm hoping that Lane is in the area and he'll come on by. Yeah, I see that.
see those 3 in one frame. 4. Now I see 5.
Yeah.
He doesn't look as tall from the side, you know? Okay. Yeah, there he is from behind. Going back in.
Oh, they came out of the creek. Well, November 2nd is in the books. Always awesome to have a mature buck in bow range. That tall 8, we've now seen him, I think, 3 or 4 times. He's one of the ones we actually saw this morning but did not get footage of. He was kind of hugging the river. And tonight he came all the way into 35 yards. That's the closest we've had him. So I think double digits for deer altogether. We can see a lot of country, as I mentioned. We had 4 or 5, come to the plot. So, it's just not the ones we want. I don't know where Lane is. I assume he's just kind of locked on a doe right now, and I'm hoping that he'll break loose here and start covering some more ground. I mean, the mature bucks that are not with those, we're seeing them every single hunt. So that's that boar buck and this tall 8. Seems like every time we sit anywhere in the vicinity, we end up seeing them, and they're on all the cameras and they're covering ground. And so as the others, like Lane and Tiki, have dropped off cameras, obviously I just think they're moving very much. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We have another northwest wind for the first half of the day. Then it'll be switching back to south. And so we'll have to see how variable the wind actually is. But as long as it's westerly, I think we can make a few different spots work. So looking forward to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow.